Hey readers, so you know that sometimes you have to figure out a tricky word that you don't know, and sometimes you look at it and you're like, that word is so long, I couldn't possibly figure it out. Today we're going to talk about a strategy that can help you to figure out those kind of words, even when you try to chunk it and it feels a little bit overwhelming. So we're going to take a look at an example using this book, Diamond Danielle, in a minute, but let's take a look just at how we would take a word apart and put it back together again, just like we're chunking it. And let's just look at a word. So we have this word right here, and you might see this word and know it right away. But let's pretend that you're seeing this word for the first time, or maybe you've seen it and you just can't figure out what it is. You're not going to give up because you can definitely figure it out. But we're going to do a strategy called taking the word apart and putting it back together again. So in order to start off, I'm going to think about all the different parts of this word. And every time I see a part that I know, I'm going to just draw a line. So I see der, ground. Okay. So I see that I've got these different parts. It's like I just cut the word apart into little pieces. And that helped me to figure out what they were. Der, ground. Now I'm going to put it all back together and I'm going to have a word. Underground. Underground. Not so hard when you do it that way. Let's take a look at another example. So here I've got another word, and I come across it and I'm like, oh, that word is so long, I don't think I could possibly figure it out. But instead of giving up, I'm just going to take the word apart and then put it back together again. So I've got this part, looks familiar, read. Okay, it's like I just broke it apart into pieces. Now I can put it back together again. Disagreed. Disagreed. The word is disagreed. So with both words, I took them apart and I put them back together again, and I slowly came up with the word. So now let's take a look at an example in an actual book, because that's how we read. So I'm reading this book, Diamond Danielle, one of my favorite books to read in second grade. Great story about a girl who moves to a new place and has to make a friend with someone who she at first thinks is a bully and then realizes he's just misunderstood and feels insecure and shy. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, I really recommend it. It's pretty inexpensive to get. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it at Barnes & Noble. Let's take a look at an example right now. This is a great book because it has a lot of words that if you don't have these reading skills can be tricky to read. But what I love about this book is that it really challenges you to read some longer words that are some more complicated vocab. So let's take a look. So I'm reading and I'm just tracking with my eyes. I'm starting right here with her chin. So you can read with me if you want, or you can just follow along. With her chin, she pointed to Jordan, who was still on his hands and knees, chasing his spilled chicken nuggets after dropping his tray. You did that, said Diamond. I don't know this word. It looks kind of long. I kind of want to give up, but I think I'm going to just try out this strategy. I'm going to take the word apart and I'm going to put it back together again. So let me look at the different parts of the word. I see sud, den, lee. Okay, so I've got those different parts, sud, den, lee. Now I'm going to put it back together again. Suddenly. Suddenly. The word is suddenly. Okay, now I'm going to keep reading. Free suddenly looking sheep-ish. Oh, this is another word I don't know. I'm going to try the same strategy. I'm going to try taking it apart and putting it back together again. Let's try it out. Mumbled. Free suddenly looking sheepish, mumbled, sorry. So there you have it. I took those two words apart and I put them back together again, and it was no problem to read them after I did it that way. So just like we did with these words underground and disagreed, you are going to use that strategy anytime you come across a tricky word. When you see it and you're like, oh, that's too long, I don't think I can figure it out. You can figure it out. You've got the skills, you just got to take it apart and put it back together again. Good luck.